Breaking news on CBS 2 News at 5. Nightmare on a flight out of John Wayne Airport when severe turbulence struck, tossing the plane, passengers, and things all over the place. At least 3 people on that plane were taken to a hospital after the plane made an emergency landing.
CBS 2's Crystal Cruz is live for us in the newsroom with more of that unbelievable video. Crystal.
Yeah, pretty incredible, Jeff and Pat. You can only imagine how terrified these passengers must have been. There were 59 of them and 4 crew members on board. Let's take another look at that video from inside the plane. You can see the drink cart knocked over, the aisle filled with all sorts of things that were tossed around the plane when the severe turbulence hit. Joe Justice posted this video on Twitter. He says the plane nosedived twice during the turbulence. Here's a picture of what the Delta jet looks like now. It's an Embraer 175. It was being operated by regional carrier Compass Airlines. This kind of jet is typically used for commuter flights. And the jet was heading from John Wayne Airport in Santa Ana to Seattle when that turbulence hit. The pilots made an emergency landing in Reno. This is new video just into CBS 2 of the plane parked at, oh, actually it looks like we've gone to some accidental video there, but there was some video of the plane back where it should be. 2 passengers and 1 flight attendant were taken to a hospital after the plane made its emergency landing. We're told everyone expected to be okay.
All right, Crystal, thanks very much. Now we want to go to weather. Scattered rain is already falling across our area, and there is a lot more on the way.
That's right. Wet roads caused this big rig to flip on the 710 northbound connector to the southbound 405 freeway today. No serious injuries, but hazmat crews did have to clean up a fuel spill.
Hey, that's the Santa Monica Pier. People there are already getting soaked. The rain has started to pick up in the last couple of hours there, but that's really nothing compared to what we're going to be seeing over the next 24 hours.
Yeah, we almost couldn't tell that was the pier through our camera. It was so wet. Well, already tonight, we have some voluntary evacuation orders issued in a burn area. We have Storm Watch team coverage for you tonight from the burn areas in total. But Garth Kemp, we're going to start with you again.
Yeah, that voluntary evacuations, Pat, are obvious. You can see why. Take a look at the greens throughout the area. I'm going to start with the flash flood watches, everybody. These are in line through Thursday, possibly through Friday in certain spots farther down to the south, off to the east, but it's much more widely spread. The only place that escapes this right now, San Gabriel Valley, but you can see it up from Santa Clarita, the high deserts, everywhere basically under flash flood watches that will be going into effect as we anticipate the rain getting much more vigorous through the overnight period. Also embedded in that, I should say too, for the mountains, high wind warnings are up there. So the winds are going to get howling as well. Here's the radar for us. Scattered like Jeff was talking about there. Heavy rain up to the north. This is just a precursor, but just down to the south, we're starting to tap into some of that moisture, some tropical moisture. You can see some of the heavier rain starting to move offshore, moving towards the area right now. So we are picking up some light showers up towards San Bernardino. You can see them up here into the areas by Crestline as well, San Bernardino County mountains. Right now it is scattered. It doesn't take much. Drive careful though, because the roads do get slick. Coming up in a little bit. How much, how long, what's going to look like as we head into tomorrow. We'll show you all of that in just a few minutes. Back to you guys.
All right, Garth, thanks so much. Now to the Holy Fire burn area where mandatory evacuations have just been ordered on the Riverside County side. And
CBS 2's Christy Fajardo is there live in Lake Elsinore with more information. Christy.
Yeah, right now it's drizzling, but it is expected to get worse. That's why a short while ago we all got alerts on our phones telling us we must go. The area where we are is under a mandatory evacuation order, and here's why. You see those mountains over there? CAL FIRE just told us they are expecting up to 7 inches of water, or rain rather, and that could create quite a bit of runoff. And over here is one of the areas of concern. You see all of that mud over there? That is actually what has come down from the burn area during the last rainstorms. And this drainage right here can quickly fill up. It is already saturated, and when it does, it can overflow. And if you look over there, you can see it has done so in the past. There's actually some mud on Grand Avenue, and the fear is that it could overflow and cover Grand Avenue, making it impassable. And I want to show you some video that was shot just minutes ago. Some homeowners are taking the threat very seriously. They got the order to leave and are doing just that. They are not hesitating up essentials and their animals and leaving sandbags behind to protect their homes. And I want to show you, city, county crews and homeowners have been preparing since the Holy Fire. They knew that this might be an inevitability. Sandbags are now permanent fixtures in some neighborhoods. So are K-rails And when drops start falling, people in the burn zone know they may have to evacuate at a moment's notice, and we're asked to do so again today. Again, mandatory evacuation orders are now in effect for some parts of the Holy Fire burn zone. A shelter has been set up at Elsinore High School. Now back out here live, I want to show you why they're so concerned. Take a look at the ground. It is already very saturated, so this isn't going to hold up very long. In fact, it won't take much to get some runoff and debris flows. Live in Lake Elsinore, I'm Christy Fajardo. Let's send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Christy. Now we continue our team coverage with CBS 2's Amy Johnson.
She's live in Malibu, where people are bracing for more debris to flow off the mountains there. Amy?
Well, Jeff and Pat, we aren't getting any rain right now, but it is windy and quite cool out here. And I want to show you these sandbags that have been put up out here. These were donated by a company for the people here in Malibu. And we met up with a man today who came to get some of those sandbags because he knows all too well how much damage can happen from these storms.
This is the water line of the house. This was a river.
Alex Hoffman showed us around the home where he lives off Ramirez Canyon in Malibu.
So we had a flash flood the other day that came up top, and since all the burn area, it came right down, and the flash flood came within 30 seconds. That's all we had to make a move.
What was once a green yard is now covered in 18 inches of mud. He knows what the storms can do in this area, devastated by the Woolsey fire, so he doesn't take any chances.
It was really scary at one point because I had 30 seconds. I looked in the back and saw the river really going, and I knew to run out here. But we've had 5 or 6 rains now to figure out, oh, is it going to get bad? They tried to evacuate us. They didn't. They did, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there was a huge flash flood.
The house has been torn apart after mud seeped in, and rocks that broke open their gates are now resting against it in an effort to protect the home from the next storm. They've also put up a wall in front of the house and another behind it, hoping to keep the water and mud from coming back in. He says the water behind his home is higher than ever.
This used to be 6 feet down, but since all the
6 feet?
6 feet down, now the river has came up. There was a stone wall all down here. Every rain it has risen. And we're getting more mud and more mud.
He's been gathering sandbags and doing all he can to prepare for the next storm.
It's definitely been a lot of stress on me, waking up every day to this, but I'm ready, and we're going to prepare again.
And part of those preparations, of course, using those sandbags that are behind me. And coming up at 6 o'clock, we're going to talk to the company that says they have donated thousands of dollars worth of sand, equipment, manpower, and fuel to make these sandbags available for the people who live here in Malibu and have already undergone so much with the Woolsey fire and, of course, all of these storms. That's the latest here in Malibu. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks for that, Amy. And yes, they have gone through so much. But stay with us because our Storm Watch team coverage will continue throughout this newscast.
An LA man who landed on the FBI's most wanted list for a string of sexual assaults here in Southern California is dead.
And CBS 2's Dave Lopez shows us what led to the deadly confrontation with federal agents.
Following an altercation over a gun, Carlson was shot to death by FBI agents.
And that's how the search ended for Greg Allen Carlson of Los Angeles, a man on the FBI's 10 most wanted list, a man described by the FBI as, quote, a sexual predator. He was shot to death in a motel room in Apex, North Carolina.
In West Los Angeles, where he sexually assaulted the victim and assaulted her with a handgun, hitting her several times, causing significant injuries.
Today, LA Police Commander Billy Hayes described what Carlson was arrested for back in 2017. At that time, he was also connected to a second sexual assault, and through DNA, he was linked to 2 others that dated back to 2003. And what's frustrating in this Carlson case, he was arrested for these crimes and behind bars, awaiting trial. Bail for the 46-year-old Carlson was set at $1 million. But according to law enforcement, his family comes from money, and they posted bail for him. And right after that, he split, took off somewhere in the South. He was spotted in a small town in Alabama, got into a high-speed chase with law enforcement there, and escaped. And then he was on the loose. Soon he was put on the top 10 list. $100,000 reward money was put out, and the leads came pouring in. Sightings all over both North and South Carolina. But it wasn't until this morning, and detectives are not releasing all the details of how they actually found him, that it paid off. They found him in the room, a confrontation, and he was shot and killed. Dave Lopez, CBS 2 News.
36 members of 2 violent LA street gangs were arrested in major raids in South LA and the San Fernando Valley early this morning. The FBI and LAPD staged the busts, as we said, in the morning. Federal indictments accused them of racketeering, drug trafficking, weapons possession, as well as making untraceable so-called ghost guns. Police and federal agents are still looking for 9 more suspects.
LAPD is stepping up its search for several people connected to a shooting in September. Police say this guy shot one man and shot at 2 others after an argument outside a Rosemead restaurant. Now, after the shooting, the suspect got into a car with 3 female friends. Those girls and the suspect were captured on security cameras inside a convenience store. If you recognize any of them, please call the LAPD. A hotel robbery was caught on camera in Laguna Beach. 2 armed and masked men entered the Hills Hotel on La Paz Road last night. One robber had a gun, the other had a knife. They ordered the 2 desk clerks on duty to empty the cash registers into a plastic bag. The clerks weren't hurt. If you recognize these robbers, call the Orange County Sheriff's Department. Harassed online. We found out how many people are being threatened on social media.
Are you embarrassed that this happened?
No.
How do you feel?
Disgusted.
Leaving a trail of broken hearts and empty wallets across America. Coming up, why romance scams are becoming such a big business.
And rain didn't create this mess, a car crash did. We'll explain that next.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Well, rain's on the way. We're getting ready to ramp things up. We'll have your forecast. It's on the way.